Quadcopters are amazing flying machines. They have 4 rotors that allow them to fly in any direction. People love to fly quadcopters for fun. Building your own quadcopter is very rewarding. It teaches you about technology and how things work. You can learn a lot by building your own drone. This guide will help you build your own quadcopter. We will use simple parts that are easy to find. We will explain everything step by step. You don't need to be an expert to build a drone. With a little patience, you can do it. Building a quadcopter is a great hobby. It is fun and educational. Let's get started. Before we start building, we need to gather our materials. These are the essential parts of a quadcopter. First, the frame is the body of the quadcopter. It holds all the other parts together. You can buy a pre-made frame or build your own. Second, you will need 4 motors for your quadcopter. They provide the power to spin the propellers. Third, electronic speed controllers, or ESCs, control the speed of the motors. They receive signals from the flight controller. Fourth, the flight controller is the brain of the quadcopter. It tells the motors what to do and uses sensors to keep the quadcopter stable. Fifth, the battery provides power to all the electronics. Lastly, the remote control allows you to control the quadcopter. It sends signals to the flight controller. Make sure you have all the tools you need before you begin. These tools include a soldering iron, screwdrivers, and wire strippers. You can find these tools at a hardware store. You will also need some basic supplies like zip ties and double-sided tape. Now it's time to assemble your quadcopter. First, you need to build the frame. Follow the instructions that came with your frame kit. Next, attach the motors to the frame. Make sure the wires from the motors are long enough to reach the ESCs. Now, connect the ESCs to the motors. Solder the wires together carefully. Use heat shrink tubing to protect the connections. After that, connect the ESCs to the flight controller. Consult the wiring diagram for your flight controller. Each flight controller is a little different. Finally, install the battery and receiver. Secure the battery to the frame with straps. Connect the receiver to the flight controller. Now your quadcopter is almost ready to fly. Before your first flight, you need to configure the flight controller. You will need to install software on your computer. Connect the flight controller to the computer with a USB cable. Follow the instructions for your specific flight controller. For your first flight, find a large, open area. Make sure there are no obstacles. Arm the motors and slowly increase the throttle. The quadcopter should lift off the ground. Fly carefully at first. Get a feel for the controls. Congratulations! You built your own quadcopter. Now you can learn to fly like a pro. There are many resources available online and in libraries. You can learn about different flight modes, aerial photography, and more. Building and flying quadcopters is a rewarding hobby that you can enjoy for years to come.